Hey everyone, welcome to Everyday Reviews. Today we have a doozy. First of all, look at this weather. We've traded in rainy Vancouver for sunny California. We have this beautiful red, brand new, all-electric vehicle from Toyota. This is the bZ4X. If you're Canadian, which I am, we say Z, but bZ4X because we're in the United States right now. So we're gonna split this into two videos since there is so much to talk about. First one, we're gonna do a full walk around, and the next one, we are going to do a full drive. So let's get to it. All right, we're gonna start with the style. First of all, this has gotta be one of the most radically styled Toyotas around. I really like their design language that they've been implementing over the last few years for sure. So yeah, it looks very, very futuristic for sure. It's got a lot of angles. There's no grille in the very front here. You do have active grille shutters. On the bottom valence here, you see this black portion angles up and it just joins straight into this air curtain, first of all, which is functional, and then over into the wheel arch there. And check this out. They've integrated the wheel arch molding, I guess, straight into the charge door. That's very, very unique. Never seen that before. For trims, there are 4 trims in Canada and 2 trims in the US. So these are US vehicles. This is the XLE, all-wheel drive, and there's the XLE and there's a limited trim in the US. In Canada, we get the LE, XLE, and the XLE all-wheel drive with the technology package. So 4 trim levels. It's a little bit confusing, so make sure, check with your local Toyota website to see what trims are offered where you live. So this is the US XLE. Above the light, you have a color-matched little brow piece that goes over. You have a LED daytime running light at the very top there. And what's unusual, this looks like what everyone's doing, which is the light bar up front, but this is just a piece of metal that trims right across. It looks good though. Standard are LED lights front and back. These have the LED projector style headlamps. If you go into the top trim, the limited or the tech package in Canada, you do get the multi-LED system, but either way, they're all LEDs, front and back. We come over to see the charger here. I like how they actually put separate doors on the charge ports instead of a little plastic or rubber cover. So it actually has a latch and it's spring loaded. So it's a nice positive feel when you actually open and close them. So the black extends onto the mirror caps. And if you go into the top limited or a tech package, you can get a black roof now. So you can go a 2-tone paint job. This vehicle is equipped with a proximity key. There we go, we touch, lock and unlock, just like that. Now, one thing to notice, check this out. In this day and age, everyone's doing these recessed door handles that are not very winter friendly. Like, let's for instance, like, the Teslas and the IONIQs. This one, a standard door handle, so people can rejoice if you live in those winter climates. The proximity key does not extend to the back door though. You'll have to actually open the front first and unlock. You can set that so it unlocks both of them. So you're probably wondering what's under the hood. Well, let's see. Let's open that hood. Once again, I like this black, the use of black here. It looks really good. So underneath this hood, it looks pretty well like a standard engine, really. There's a lot of mechanical things going on in here. There is no front trunk or frunk for this bZ at all. So in the back, you get this huge rear window. You either get a duckbill or a split rear spoiler, depending on what trim you get. You get the standard LED lamps here. As you can see, no exhaust pipes, obviously, since this is built off their ETNGA, their purposely built electric platform, and they do have little stylish rear valence here, little inset. This is not functional there at all. Okay, opening the rear, you have an electronic latch, but this is not a power operated liftgate on this XLE. LE and up trims get a standard power liftgate. However, on the top trim, you get the hands-free power liftgate. And what you might notice is how fast it actually goes up. This actually goes up quite a bit faster than the RAV4. You can also adjust the height of it however you want. This is the maximum height here, so it's quite tall. Another big bonus, there is a close and a lock button for the power liftgate. You know I'm a big fan of that, so hit that and you go, or your hands are full, just a little kick there, walk away, and it closes by itself. So once it's up, a large, wide, fairly tall opening, quite a bit of room. Here I have both of my camera bag and my suitcase in here, so you can have a look there. But let's take that out. Of course, if you need more room, you can fold the rear seats down. They're 60/40 and you get a nice flat floor. There's no remote release for the rear seats in the cargo area. You will have to get it from the top of the seat. But nice and flat. Underneath the floor, you have a cubby area for the charger or knickknacks, or you can take the whole floor. It's a multi-level floor, and you can shift it down to the bottom position, and that's going to gain you even more room there. So for the exterior styling, I think it is actually quite unique. However, it is very familiar. It kind of has some RAV4 looks to it. And speaking of RAV4, in case you're wondering, the size difference, well, this new bZ or bZ is actually 4 inches longer in length. However, the wheelbase is 6 inches longer than the RAV4, and that's going to make a big difference when we check out inside. And the height, though, is about 2 inches shorter. So it's a little bit shorter, but definitely longer in all ways. So let's have a look inside. All right, we've switched from the red XLE into this gray limited trim. So this is the top trim. In Canada, this is the technology package, the XLE. All right, so we're sitting in here. Standard, you would get cloth seats. If you go into the higher trims, you get the Softex or the kind of the artificial leather. And these seats here are heated and they're ventilated. They're very, very comfortable. This happens to be a white interior. I'm not sure if I would get white or not. Actually, we had that on our Highlander, and they've actually fared pretty good over the years. If you go into just one above the base L in Canada, so the LE, you do get standard heated seats and for front seats and a standard heated leather steering wheel. So looking up front here, you do get this cloth on all trims on the dash. It's quite unique. I don't think it's gonna wear at all because you don't really rub anything on that. It looks kind of cool. Then you have a 7-inch multi-information display right behind the steering wheel, and it's raised up and it's got this odd shape to it, kind of like a little cradle. It works fairly well. However, I'm finding with the position like I like to sit, it's blocking the lower part of the screen, the top of the steering wheel. If I go and lower the steering wheel, I can see more, but that's not how I like to sit, and I can't lower the seat anymore. So this does have power adjusting seats on this limited trim. So yeah, it's gonna depend on how tall you are and how you like to sit though. Up front, you get a standard 8-inch screen, but just one above the base model, you get into the 12.3-inch larger screen. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, and they're wireless as well. Alexa is also built in. So what can you use it for? Let's say you can be in your house and tell Alexa to start your car, right? Or ask her how much range you have on your vehicle. Maybe you want to see that maybe I should go charge it or whatever. So that's kind of handy as well. That's all built in. Also, you get 3 years of a free trial above the base trim with remote services. So that gives you, you have an app on your phone, you can start your car, you can unlock it, you can control the heating on that. You can do all of that from your phone. If you get the top trim though, you get a digital key. And so that extends that so you don't even need a key fob. You can just use your phone to get in and go. And you can also share that. For instance, say maybe I might drop this vehicle off somewhere for a family member or a friend, and when they get there, I can share the key with them and they can have access to the key, get in the vehicle and drive it. But that is only on the top trim only. This interface is very, very quick. Minimal lag at all. Dragging this, zooming in, pulling out, pinch, zoom, do all that. Our Apple CarPlay, you can see in real time, dragging very, very quick. Go back in there. If we go into our reverse, your overhead, your backup camera, guidelines. We can change the angle a little bit. One thing I wish though, I would like to see the side of my wheels. I like to see my wheels. But we do have a panoramic view. We hit this, and this is kind of wild. There we go. I guess that's our wheels there. So it's looking around, it's making our kind of a see-through of that. I would still like to see my individual wheels in the front. It's really handy for parking near my house where we have big curbs. We have a bubble view. I can connect multiple devices at the same time. And below that you have your heating controls. I do like how they have put actual real toggles to select your heating control. You have dual zone climate control here. However, you do not have a volume knob, a physical volume knob. You do have buttons though, which is not bad. It's better than a slider, for instance. You do have redundant controls. I like that they use a toggle on the steering wheel instead of a button there. So that makes it pretty easy. Then you have your heating vents and your gear selector, which I'm a fan of. I'm glad that they're not like a push button. I'm not a fan of push buttons. However, this does have a nice feel and it's got some depth to it, because if I select drive, I have to push it down and then I can't turn it. I have to actually push and then bring it into reverse and then hit park. The mirror does have built-in home link, which is handy, so you can pair your garage opener to your mirror. However, it's kind of surprising that this doesn't have the digital rear view mirror like you can get on the RAV4. Another thing that's exclusive on the top trim, you get the large panel roof. It's a fixed roof. It does not open. However, it does have a power shade, and it does have this middle brace portion that's probably for structural for the vehicle. It'd be nice if it was just straight through without that bar though. In the middle, you have a floating type of console, as you can see here. So you have storage room below. Love that. You have a 12-volt outlet. You have 5 USBs in total. So you have 2 underneath the floating console, 1 Type A, so those are Type C's below, 1 Type A, plus Qi wireless charging on this one, and you have 2 USB-C's in the rear as well. This console here slides as well. It does flip up. You have 2 drink holders. I got my phone here and my sunglasses as well. Top trim will also get you a 9-speaker JBL sound system, where the stock system is a 6-speaker system. So yeah, it's definitely different for a Toyota, yet it's still familiar. It's very easy to use. Let's have a look in the back now. Hey there, all the way over there. Yeah, you're super far away. It seems like you're far away because it's quite wide here. You have a lot of shoulder and hip room back here, and almost an unlimited amount of leg room and knee room here. The seat is set for where I would sit. I'm almost 5'11", and my knees are nowhere near the back of the seat. So that's how much room is back here. And that's due to, remember, this has a 6-inch longer wheelbase than the Toyota RAV4. So of course, besides ride quality, you're going to benefit from the extra room of that wheelbase. These seats in the back are also heated on this Limited, plus you do have air vents, so the kids would be nice and happy about that. However, I mentioned all the legroom, but I find There's not a ton of room to put your feet under the front seats at all. And I would really wish that I could kind of tilt the seat back. I don't really want to recline, but I'd like to have my legs supported a little bit more. So maybe if the seat bottom was a little bit longer, or it had a little bit more height at the tip of the seat bottom there. So yeah, so these seats do not recline, nor do they slide forward or back. In the middle, we do have 2 drink holders and a cubby area. You can stand your phone up in there if you'd like. If we want to sit in the middle, you're going to be raised up a little bit. We're raised up. That's pretty well normal. Now on the floor though, we'll have a look at the cutaway. There is a small little bit of a hump. It's ever so slight, like this much. Otherwise it is completely flat floor, but there is a little bit of a hump, so just be aware of that. I do like how the panel roof gives you more room. It just feels a lot more spacious. Plus, you do get one touch auto up and down windows, and you notice the windows go all the way down. They don't stop 3/4 of the way. They're nicely tinted. There are no sunshades available on this at all. But yeah, if you have like kids like mine, they would have a zero issue being in the back of here at all. They'd probably want like an iPad here or something like that though. But anyways, let's wrap it up. That's it for a close look and walk around of the all new bZ4X, Toyota's first all electric vehicle. Let me know, what do you think of this vehicle? Leave a comment. Would you buy it? I think they've done a pretty good job. But anyways, make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you'll know when the next video comes out. And the next one, part 2, we're gonna take it for a drive.